Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, a place where we unpack the hidden stories behind company reports. So remember how sometimes you get a dividend check and think cool. Well, today we're peeling back the curtain on one of those announcements to see what it really means for Dime Community Bank shares. Let's dive into a recent report that came out on the 23rd of October 2025. It is not a massive overhaul of their business, but it gives us a peek into how they're managing their preferred stocks and some other financial happenings. This filing is talking about preferred stock. Think of preferred stock as a special kind of share. It typically pays a fixed dividend, kind of like earning interest, and it usually has some priority over regular common stock. For Dime Community Bank shares, specifically their series of preferred stock, they announced a dividend. This is essentially the company sharing some of its profits with these preferred shareholders. Then we see a mention of common stock members. This is the everyday stock that most people are familiar with. When a company does well, the value of common stock can go up, and shareholders might get dividends too, though usually not as automatically as preferred stockholders. It is important to see both mentioned because it shows how the company is structured and a variety of ways it might reward its investors. Now, this part is a bit more technical, but it is about debt. Specifically, it is talking about subordinated notes. Imagine a company needs money. It can borrow it, and sometimes it issues these notes. Subordinated means that if the company ever gets into serious financial trouble, the holders of these notes get paid back after other, more senior debts, but before common stockholders. The fixed to floating rate part means the interest rate on these notes can change over time, starting fixed and then switching to a rate that can go up or down. This is a way companies manage their borrowing costs. The date here is the 23rd of October 2025. This is the date the report was officially filed, and it's also the earliest date for any event that's being reported. So whatever happened, it was on or before this day. Okay, so where is this company based? It is incorporated in New York. This is just where the company is legally registered, like its birthplace. This number, 1-34,096, is the commission file number. It is like a unique ID for this company with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, the government body that oversees the stock market. And then we have 11 to 2,934,195. This is the IRS employer identification number. It's like the company's social security number for tax purposes. Here we see the principal executive office address. This is where the company's main operations are run in Hauppauge, New York. Now let's look at what is actually traded on the stock market. The company's common stock with a par value of 1 cent per S-share is traded under the ticker symbol DACOM on the Nasdaq stock market. This is the main stock that most investors would buy and sell. They also have preferred stock, specifically Series A, also with a par value of 1 cent. This is traded under the symbol DCOMP, also on Nasdaq. Remember, this is the type of stock we saw mentioned earlier that usually comes with fixed dividends. And finally, those junior subordinated notes we talked about with a stated interest rate of 9.00% are traded under the symbol DCOMP, again on Nasdaq. It is interesting that these debt securities are also traded like stocks. This tells us the company uses a variety of ways to finance itself and is transparent about it. The main piece of news here is in item 8.01, which is for other events. On the 23rd of October 2025, Dime Community Bank shares announced that its board of directors declared a quarterly cash dividend. This dividend is for their 5.50% fixed rate cumulative perpetual preferred stock, Series A. This means shareholders of this specific preferred stock would receive $0.34375 per S-share. The payment is set for the 13th of November 2025, and you had to be a shareholder of record by the 6th of November 2025 to get it. This is a pretty standard announcement for companies with preferred stock. It shows they are meeting their obligations to these shareholders. Finally, in item 9.01, we see the exhibits. These are the supporting documents for the report. The most important one here is Exhibit 99.1, which is the actual press release from the company announcing this dividend. It's essentially saying, here is the official announcement we made. So, what is the story here? Well, it is a pretty straightforward announcement about a dividend payment on preferred stock. There are no huge surprises or major strategic shifts being revealed in this particular filing. It is more about the routine operations and commitment to their preferred shareholders. Now, let's look at this through a Warren Buffett lens. Buffett likes to see companies that are predictable and have a solid way of returning value to investors. Declaring a consistent dividend on preferred stock shows that Dime Community Bank shares is managing its finances responsibly and is committed to its contractual obligations. The fact that they also have their common stock and subordinated notes trading publicly indicates a degree of transparency and access to capital markets. However, what we don't see here are the big financial numbers like revenue or profit growth. This report is narrowly focused on a specific event, the dividend declaration. To truly understand the company's health and direction, we'd need to look at their more comprehensive filings like their quarterly or annual reports, which would contain detailed financial statements. This 8K filing is more for immediate significant events in terms of risks or opportunities. The dividend itself isn't really a risk or opportunity, but a demonstration of operational stability. The opportunity for this company comes from its core business as a community bank, serving its local markets and potential for growth within those areas. A key risk for any bank, especially a community one, is the economic climate, interest rate fluctuations, and competition. My conclusion on this specific filing is that it's a clean and clear communication from Dime Community Bank shares regarding their preferred stock dividend. It reinforces their commitment to a segment of their investors. It is not a groundbreaking report, but it is a sign of steady operations. It certainly doesn't raise any red flags for this specific announcement. Alright, that is our breakdown of this filing from Dime Community Bank shares. What is your take on these dividend announcements and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for more community discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.